What is going on, everybody? Pete Simonetti here for NYY News. Guys, starting pitching has not been a major topic of conversation, really, among a lot of Yankee fans. There's a lot of Yankee fans out there who want them to add, but there's some who are kind of in that mold right now that last year we pitched well, so, maybe we invest elsewhere. Guys, I have always been very, very big on adding to your rotation. Look, it's cute. Some guys did well last year, right? You don't know if that's going to happen again. You want arms, arms, arms. That's what this video is about today. Talking about some of the news and the rumors of what is going on out there. The first one being, we'll jump right into it. Justin Verlander is working out at Creasy's spot, who Eric Creasy, as you know, is with the New York Yankees. One of the main reasons why the Yankees got Kluber, they kind of got the quick heads up on it. And all signs point that Verlander looked absolutely terrific in his showcase, throwing mid-90s still. He's going to be 39 years old. Where we are right now, I don't know how I personally feel about Verlander. I think he gets more than just a one-year deal. I think he gets a 2 or 3 year deal, to be honest, or a year and an option. But I think maybe a year and an option may be it. But I expect him to get a 2-year deal. And is that best for the Yankees? I know, the Tigers are involved. There's going to be teams involved. There were a lot of teams there to watch Verlander pitch. So for me, I wouldn't be against it. Now, if you guys remember when the Astros got Verlander and the Yankees got Sonny Gray back in the day, I always give my boy Felix credit because Felix told me, Pete, whoever gets Justin Verlander is winning the World Series. And he told me, he says, Sonny Gray's not going to be good here. I was all for Sonny Gray. I thought it was a terrific deal. We know how that went. I even think Felix himself is not as comfortable with Verlander right now than he even was back then. I mean, we're talking about multiple years ago. But as a back-end guy, and that's kind of maybe what you get him for and kind of depend and see where he's at. If you have that luxury, if you go all pitching maybe and then you make some trades for the offense, maybe that's something you do. But for me, as of right now, I'd be okay with it, but I wouldn't be jumping up and down to go get this guy. He wouldn't be my primary target. He's something more in the back end. If the numbers look right, you go for it. But for now, let's move on to the next guy. Luis Castillo. This is one that the Yankees have been connected to before. A rumor got so out of hand that the GM, I think was it last year or the year before, had to come out and be like, yeah, he's not being traded. Like, calm down, everybody. This is a fake rumor. But it got so crazy out of hand that this could happen, and he just came out like, yeah, shut up. Drop the mic. It's over. This is not happening. But Luis Castillo's another very, very good talent. Got off to a rough start. Pitched really, really well. I think he pitched under a 3 ERA for the remainder of the second half, maybe even a little before the second half started. So he has been terrific. We know who this guy is. It's going to take a pretty decent haul to get a guy like Luis Castillo. I believe he's a free agent after 2023, so you got 2 full seasons with him. This is the type of move that, a team like the Yankees look to make. They want to make moves like this. You got some control. He's not too expensive yet. And you go from there. He could be a legitimate ace. He could be a 1, 2, 3, wherever you want him in there. Yankees have a chance now, I personally believe, to have a top 3 that is terrific. And I'll tell you what I think it's going to be or what I hope it's going to be, and we'll go from there. But that rumor came out because Cincinnati is looking to shed salary, and they've basically opened up the field and say, look, we'll deal any of these guys, including Luis Castillo. We'll move this guy. If the deal is right for us and it looks good, we will not be concerned to make this move. So, again, Luis Castillo's on the table. You're probably looking at multiple top prospects in this deal. If that deal were to happen and the Yankees take that route, rumor is there's already teams, reaching out, seeing what it's going to look like, what that deal could take. The Yankees have the prospects. There's no doubt about that. They got the players of the Major League roster, too, that, Cincinnati may have some interest in. They do trade with each other. So that's a familiar thing. If you guys watch the conversation with Kevin Kernan, the one thing about Brian Cashman, if you see him make trades, a lot of times it's with the same teams and general managers that he's comfortable with. So he has worked with Cincinnati before, so maybe there's something there. You never know. I would be all for it. I would love this deal. I would deal. Again, I tell you guys all the time, I'm not a big fan of trade scenarios and what that might look like and using that trade calculator and blah, blah, blah. I kind of just let it roll. But I would be very, very interested in going after Luis Castillo. No doubt about it. I would be 100% on him. Next guy, as you guys know, information I put out today, I was told that AL Cy Young, I'm going to say it right now, the AL Cy Young winner, Robbie Ray, is looking for $20+ million a season. So a lot of predictions out there have him at 4 or 5 years. Guys, I tell you what, if you guys have been regular followers of this channel, there's 2 pitchers that I'm interested in that only cost money that I have been speaking about probably for 4 or 5 years now on YouTube. And the guys who have been with me from way back in the day, you could confirm this. The Yankees have tried to trade for Robbie Ray multiple times. I was actually leading on those fronts 2 different times. When they did try to trade for Robbie Ray, they held him back because of Clint Frazier and a few others. So they've tried to trade for Robbie Ray. Brian Cashman really likes him. The other guy that I will talk about after this, the Yankees have also tried to trade for in the past, and they do like him. So it's potentially, something could happen there. But Robbie Ray, guys, I'm all over. The potential was always there. I see people comparing Andrew Heaney, Heen Dog, which I hope I'll never have to say anymore because he's with the Dodgers. He's on an $8 million deal with the Dodgers. God bless you, Andrew Heaney, for getting that after what you did with the Yankees. God bless you. God is good, let me tell you. Andrew Heaney, yeah, he's away, so he's not an option for the Yankees. Thank you, Lord. That's our blessing. His blessing is the $8 million. Our blessing is that he has no shot pitching for the Yankees next year. Never rule out the future. But Andrew Heaney is gone. But there's a lot of comparisons. Maybe that he's the next Robbie Ray and this and that. Guys, I understand he's a lefty. He strikes batters out. And that's kind of it. That's kind of the end of the comparison. Personality-wise, they're nowhere near the same. If you guys remember when Heaney got here, I told you guys, I got a message from a friend. He sent me the message. And he said, this is from a 20-year scout with the Angels. I said it right there. I said it live. Flat out, he doesn't have the stomach to pitch in New York. He's not going to be able to handle it. It's not going to be good. It's not, just by knowing him, it's not going to be good. And it turned out not to be good. I don't know if it was nerves. I don't know if it was just bad pitching. I don't know what it was, but that was the early word. I put that information out there. And his performance wasn't good. We know that. But to compare him to Robbie Ray, I'm like, hold the horses a little bit. I mean, the comparisons really stop at that. You know what I mean? They're lefty. They strike guys out. And they were a little wild in their career. That's it. That's really it. Personality-wise, they're different guys. Robbie Ray is a bulldog. Robbie Ray is in the mold of those Roger Clemens, Pedro Martinez types. This guy is a bulldog. More so maybe than Garrett Cole. Robbie Ray will throw at you. Robbie Ray's not scared. He's not backing down. So a couple of disclaimers, though, why I want Robbie Ray in the Yankees. One, he's a bulldog, as I already just said, because I really think the Yankees need more of that edge on this team. They're too soft. They're too soft. I'm going to just keep it real. They're too soft. They got the softest manager in the league. You know what I mean? He got them eating unicornios daily. They're soft. These guys throw up rainbows. At the end of the day, they're soft. So when you look at the Yankees, adding a guy like Robbie Ray, now you have 2 horses up top, are bulldog types. They're 2 horses up top that are workhorse. They go out there and they give you some minutes. They strike you the hell out. If the Yankees added Robbie Ray, they got a top 2 that can strike out 500 guys in a season. That's a possibility. They could potentially have one of the greatest strikeout rotations of all time. You bring in Robbie Ray. Also, he's pitching the AL East. Also, take him away from the very quickly rising Toronto Blue Jays. 3, he's pitching all the ballparks in the division. We know that. He's pitched in big games. You know what I mean? The negative to Robbie Ray. Let me just say this real quickly. For the Yankee fans and any fan out there who's going to, expect the same season as last year. It's very possible. But if he pitches to a mid-3 ERA, I still want him. I still want him. The reason I say that is he's always going to give up home runs. It's the same reason why guys like Cole give up homers, guys that work off a fastball, guys that work off a fastball, they give up homers. Because, again, they work off a fastball. Pretty straight, hard, but pretty straight. Guys hit it. But Robbie Ray really, really changed. He really developed so much. And a lot of that really goes to the work and the dedication put in by the Toronto Blue Jays. So you got to give the Blue Jays a lot of credit. The one thing that Pete Walker did, who is the pitching coach for the Toronto Blue Jays, he figured something out with Robbie Ray. Or Robbie Ray, if he's wild, he's effectively wild, and he's not walking the ballpark, as he did in Arizona. He's effectively wild enough where he could just dominate through lineups, because that's all Robbie Ray ever needed was to bring those walk totals down just a little bit. The guy has the best K-9 ratio in Major League Baseball history. Get this man. I cannot say it enough. The personality, the attitude, it is worth the risk. There's people out there that will probably say, Pete, don't you expect him to be worse? Yeah, maybe. Maybe. But that is a risk I am willing to take on a guy like Robbie Ray. Because if Robbie Ray, I have no concerns on pitching in New York, by the way. None whatsoever. Guy has ice in his veins. I have no concern about Robbie Ray pitching in New York. He's not scared. He's not going to back down. If Robbie Ray could pitch to a mid-3 ERA, 3.65, 3.7, it's still a really good deal. But I think he's even better than that. I think Robbie Ray could even be better than what he was last year. I don't think it's a fluke season. Do I expect his numbers to get much better? No. Can I see him averaging out around that? Maybe low 3, high 2. That would be tremendous. But this is the potential this kid has. This is the potential this guy has. So at the end of the day, if you're the Yankees and you're going to put money, just cash, towards something, if there's a starter, Robbie Ray's your guy. For me, Robbie Ray's your guy. A lot of people are throwing other names out there. They're talking about, hey, Pete, what about Clayton Kershaw? All these other names of guys that are available. One of the other free agents that I know for a fact the Yankees have interest in, and they've had interest in, is Colorado Rockies pitcher Jon Gray. The Yankees have an interest in him in the past. I've reported on all that, of the Yankees being involved in Jon Gray. He turned down a deal, I think it was 3 or 4 years, for about $11 to $12 million a season with the Rockies. I still expect the same. I think, honestly, at this point, Jon Gray was like, just get me the hell out of Colorado. I feel like that was the big thing for Jon Gray. He's probably like, at this point, just get me out of Colorado. Enough is enough. They have done such a bad job for really their fan base and their organization overall. They have just done a terrible, terrible job of really working out guys leaving this organization. They never traded Trevor Story, as you guys know. They didn't trade Jon Gray. They thought they could re-sign him. And as of right now, it looks like that's not going to happen. They've just done a really poor job of what they're doing with this team. Now, a lot of people are going to see Jon Gray, and they're going to look immediately at his ERAs and say, Pete, hold on, buddy. I can hear it. 2016, 4.61, 2017, 3.67, 2018, 5.12, 3.84, 19, only pitched 8 games in 2020, the COVID year, 6.69 ERA, and then last year, 4.59 ERA, 29 games started. And they're going to immediately just sit there and say, Pete, what are you thinking? Why? Can't do this. No. We can't do it. Well, there's a lot of good signs from from Jon Gray last year. First of all, his fielding independent pitching throughout his career is way better than his ERA. So his career ERA is 4.59. His career fielding independent pitching is 3.91. I don't know how much that has to do with who Robbie Ray... I like Robbie Ray. I can't help it. Who Jon Gray is. But pitching in Colorado isn't cute. It's not the best thing in the world that you want to do as a starting pitcher. And he's done a fairly decent job. But, couple of good things. Last year's hits per 9 were right about his best of his career. So wasn't allowing as many hits. Home runs, still around the same. He didn't, jump up with that. Walks were a little bit up. But his strikeouts were really good. 9.5 per 9. It's another strikeout guy. Throughout his career, there's been some injuries, nothing too much. You're looking at a guy who's likely going to give 150 plus year after year, innings pitched, if not more than that. There's only really the COVID year we won't even count. So there's only one full year that he didn't go over 150 innings. That's going back to 2017 through 110. But then 172, 150 last year, 149. I count that as 150. Who cares? What's the difference? So for me, guys, I said it already. I'm pretty sure you guys have probably heard me talk about this. I am all for the New York Yankees adding 2 starting pitchers. You guys have seen me make my infield. A lot of it is based off of trade, and I go that route. I believe this offense could be filled via trade. I am not against signing a shortstop. I would be all for it. I'd be all for it. But I really feel like pitching is so important. Then you get a guy like Jacob Stallings behind that plate that can really work with these guys. Sit back and enjoy. So for me, I look at a guy like Robbie Ray, no doubt about it. You have a top 3 right there, let's just say for the hell of it, of Garrett Cole, Robbie Ray, and potentially a full and healthy Luis Severino. That is nasty. You could even take Sevy out that picture, right? And you could just say we got Cole and Ray back-to-back. 2 finalists for the Cy Young. Ray's going to win it, in my opinion. I can't see how he doesn't. But that's nasty. It's about as nasty as it gets. And I'm seeing what it takes to get a guy like Jon Gray. Because, again, look, you got Jameson Taillon who's going to miss some time. Jordan Montgomery has shown himself to be a legitimate starting pitcher. Have him in the back end. But let's have another veteran back there, too. Let's not depend on the young horses. Let's not depend on the young guys. Imagine a nice rotation to start the year of Cole, Ray, Sevy, Gray, and Monty, or Monty Gray. Flip it however you want. And then guess what you have when Taillon comes back? A little thing I love to talk about, team competition. You want to pitch? Okay. Got to do better. Somebody struggling in the rotation? No problem. We'll take you out a couple of starts. I love team competition. I feel the Yankees don't do that enough. But give these guys, whoever they get, give them a good catcher. You guys saw what Jacob Stallings done. Pretty sure he saw my tweets. Guy has no pass balls. He doesn't allow them. He doesn't allow it. This is what the Yankees need. So you guys are going to do me a favor. In the comment section below, you are going to let me know what you think the Yankee rotation could be. Would you go after Justin Verlander? Would you go after Luis Castillo? What would that trade look like? Would you go after Robbie Ray? Would you go after Jon Gray? Is there another name out there? Did some of you want Andrew Heendog? Might as well get it out of my system. I'm not going to be doing it. Thank the Lord again. I will not be doing that a lot. So guys, again, for NYY News, 1 second. I forgot. We are closing in on 5,500 subscribers. Guys, get your friends, family members, whoever you know that is a New York Yankee fan to subscribe to the channel. This is where everything is going to go down in January, right here. Do not miss it. So guys, again, get your friends to sign up. We have a goal here that by January 1st, we are trying to hit 6,000 subscribers. We are about 509 subscribers away, so not far away at all. And you guys are going to be the ones that will make it happen. So again, greatly appreciate you guys. Comments below. Make sure you tell us who would you want? What would you offer? How much? What trade you would make? What would your rotation look like? Again, Pizza Minetti for NYY News. I will talk to you guys again next time.